You're listening. News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 98.3 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
Southgate Mall sold for $58 million. Good morning, everyone. Montana Morning for Monday, February 26, 2018. Starting things off, there's a winter weather advisory till 8 o'clock this morning. We've had some light snow, making roads snow-packed and icy northeast and west of Missoula. Snow-covered, I should say, on Highway 93 from Missoula south to Hamilton. And again, that winter weather advisory will continue until we're done with our rush hour, right? So there you go, our morning commute. Our newscast this morning, sponsored by Selway Armory on Stockyard Road. More guns and ammo than anyone in Missoula, Montana's premier firearms dealer. Our top story this morning, Washington Prime Group, based in Columbus, Ohio, announced late last week the purchase of Missoula's Southgate Mall for $58 million. According to their financial newsletter obtained by KGVO, the company signed an agreement to purchase Southgate Mall, a dominant hybrid format retail venue situated in Missoula, Montana. Reached over the weekend, Peter Lambros of Lambros ERA Real Estate provided the following comments, quote, "Over the past 5 years, we've put into motion the evolution of Southgate from a mall to a mixed-use town center. Our efforts have focused on the development of a top-tier grocer, Lucky's Market, state-of-the-art entertainment with AMC's Dine-In Theater, and enhanced neighborhood connectivity. As we near the completion of our vision, we believe that Southgate's current potential is so significant that it will outgrow the existing ownership group. Washington Prime has the capacity to further Southgate's development and shares our philosophy of commitment to our community and our retailers. The current ownership has retained its land holdings adjacent to Southgate and intends to continue development at Southgate with a focus on apartments and mixed use. The ownership remains committed to the site and to our community. We are excited about the news and will share more details once the transaction is complete." End quote. A Montana State Crime Lab chemist, Derek Thrush, has been charged with 3 counts of criminal possession of dangerous drugs, namely methamphetamine left over from testing that he stole from his workplace and ingested. Court records from the Missoula County Attorney's Office state that Thrush allegedly obtained the drugs from samples submitted by law enforcement agencies for chemical analysis. Thrush admitted to detectives he had used meth a number of times that he had obtained from the State Crime Lab. He explained that he obtained the drugs in very small amounts from the leftovers of samples taken for evidence for testing. He explained that the leftovers were supposed to be destroyed after testing, but he would take the unused samples mixed with water and use an oral syringe to ingest them. Deputy County Attorney James McCubbin filed the affidavit Friday, which stated the matter was being taken directly to district court. No bail has been set. The state is requesting an initial appearance be scheduled with the issuance of a summons. KGVO News has learned that Thrush has retained an attorney. It is not known at this time if Thrush's alleged actions will have any effect on drug cases currently being adjudicated. And in a similar yet unrelated story, Yellowstone County is dropping criminal charges in about 40 cases. It is no longer pursuing about a dozen others due to the theft of drug evidence from the Billings Police Evidence Locker. The Billings Gazette reports County Attorney Scott Twito on Thursday confirmed the effect of the theft of prescription narcotics from 138 cases. The evidence technician involved has been fired. At the State Crime Lab here in Missoula, officials are notifying county attorneys around the state about the theft of drug evidence submitted for analysis. Forensic Science Division Administrator Scott Larson said the lab is determining the extent of the theft and if it compromises any cases. Missoula County Attorney Kirsten Papps told the Missoulian police are investigating. She expects charges will be filed against the employee whose name has not been released. One juvenile male was taken into custody in Stevensville after allegedly making verbal threats toward the high school. Valley County Sheriff Steve Holton has details.
On Friday, outside of the threats that we've been dealing with in Darby via social media all week, there was another threat towards the school district to harm staff and students in the Stevensville High School. And the school district was able to get a hold of the Stevensville Police Department, who initiated their investigation.
Holton explained the cooperative investigation that followed the threat.
We brought in deputies from the sheriff's office and then also FBI agent to work on that. The subsequent or the ending of that investigation was one juvenile male was arrested for a count of felony intimidation.
The individual student has not been identified as he is a juvenile. The University of Montana Western campus at Dillon was closed Friday due to a bomb threat. Montana University System spokeswoman Blair Fjezeth provided what details were available from the incident.
The University of Montana Western received a bomb threat this morning. Students, faculty, staff were quick to evacuate under Chancellor Weatherby's leadership, which was so swift and strong. They got everybody out of there really quickly, notified community, law enforcement agencies.
Fjezeth said the campus was declared safe not long after.
And swept the building, the campus. That took a couple hours, so at around 1 o'clock, campus opened again. However, classes had already been canceled for the day, and also today was supposed to be their celebration, the big celebration of their 125th, their founders anniversary, but so that got canceled and they'll reschedule it for a later date.
An investigation into the bomb threat is underway by campus police, Dillon Police, and the Montana University System. 19-year-old Taylor Starr Matt is being held in the Missoula County Jail on $10,000 bond for allegedly shielding a man from being found and arrested on drug charges. Deputy County Attorney Jenna Lyons explained the complaint to Substitute Justice of the Peace Matthew Erickson on Friday.
On February 21st of 2018, Jason Schilling, a fugitive, was seen by officers entering an apartment. One resident opened the door and acknowledged that Schilling was upstairs. The defendant called down from upstairs and claimed that she was the only one there. The defendant continued to claim that Schilling was not there and physically blocked the officers from clearing or searching the premises. The defendant was detained for officer safety, and Schilling was found under a bed in a baby's room. The defendant had been blocking officers from entering.
Schilling, charged with felony criminal possession of dangerous drugs, refused to appear in court to face charges Friday. Will be seen probably today. With the warm and cold snaps and increasing moisture in western Montana over the past few weeks, there is concern that flooding of Lolo Creek may occur. Director of the Office of Emergency Management, Adrian Beck, said the concern involves conditions that are typical for this time of year.
What we're seeing is typical for this time of year as we kind of transition from very cold weather to a little bit warmer weather, and that we start to see some ice break up in the rivers and streams in our area. And there's a potential for ice jams to occur and then water that flows over the top of those. We're seeing very minor issues right now in the Lolo Creek area. We've had some homeowners just call in to report that they are noticing that the creek has risen in some areas and that there's water flowing on top of the ice.
Beck encouraged all homeowners in the county to sign up for the Smart 911 program to stay abreast of any potential or ongoing threat to safety.
You know, the best way to be informed of emergencies is to register for emergency alerts at smart911.com. Smart 911 is a way for individuals to receive emergency alerts on their cell phones. If you have a landline phone, you're already in our system, but if you have a cell phone that is unregistered, you would not receive those alerts that are geo-targeted to your address.
Missoula County officials will continue to monitor the situation through the weekend and will provide additional information as necessary. News Talk time now, 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Partly to mostly cloudy skies today with a chance of snow showers. Additional accumulations will stay under half an inch. Daytime high will top out right around the freezing mark. Cold again tonight with lows in the teens. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.